Hi everyone, Dino Watt here, CEO of The Business of Marriage and author of Recession Proof Your Marriage. I am an author, a speaker, a trainer, and most importantly, a PhD. No, I don't have a doctorate. What I am is a passionate husband and dad. At The Business of Marriage, we help people take successful business companies, successful companies like Google, Yahoo, Microsoft, Experts Academy, McDonald's, Target, and take those successful systems that they have and place them into your marriage. Doesn't it make sense that if they've already got the system working to make sure that their business is successful, that we take the most important business, in my opinion, on the planet, which is marriage, and put those same systems into place? Isn't it interesting that when we were first dating our spouse or dating whoever, everyone was saying, oh, go have fun, enjoy it, have a good time. But then the moment you decided to get married, the moment you decided to say, hey, I want to commit myself to this person for the rest of your life, and you went to people that you trusted and say, hey, what's the secret? What do I need to do? And they would say things like, oh, it's a lot of hard work. Wow, that sounds fun. Sign me up, right? Who wants to go from having fun, have a good time, to it's a lot of hard work? So what we do at The Business of Marriage is we show you how to have fun work, how to make sure that what you're doing with the rest of your life is fun. Because really, when it comes down to it, if the two of you can't be friends, if you can't focus on being friends together, what good is anything else? So we want you to have fun. I learned this from my own experience. When I was 8 years old, my mom and dad decided to end their business. I still remember the day, standing on the sidewalk of my own house, watching my father drive away in his little Honda Civic hatchback with all of his belongings, and also with the tearation of my family. Tearation, is that a real word? With the tearing apart of my family. I would never have an intact family again. I would never have the opportunity to have a full Christmas together. Birthdays, anniversaries, anything you can imagine was never together again. And I would spend the next 15 years of my life seeing the two people I loved most, two people I was supposed to trust in the most in my life, hate each other, tear each other apart. And the thing is that what I know that they didn't know is that they just didn't have the systems in place. So literally, as an 8-year-old child, I made the decision I would never let this happen to any one of my children. So what I've done here is I've created 6 foundational principles for you to thrive in your relationship, to make sure that you have all you want out of your relationship. They're principles that are found in every business out there, but most people don't know that they need to put them in their relationship. So I'd love to show these with you. Let me show you. Let's get started on that. Every successful company has specific policies and procedures that they use in every situation. Everything from how they're going to deal with an insubordinate employee to what happens when a crisis shows up. Recently Toyota went through a bit of an issue with those brakes, with the brake systems, people saying the brake systems were locking up. If to think that they just went into panic mode and had no idea what to do, that's not actually correct. Every successful company, especially the big Fortune 500 companies, have policies in place for what will happen should disaster strike. So in the same sense, we need to have those policies and procedures in our relationships. We need to have things like NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. What are we or what are we not going to talk about with our friends and family when it comes to our relationship? Understanding the power of your words. What type of words and language are we going to use in our home? Every business has a specific language that they speak. You're not going to hear the same words on a construction zone as you would in a law firm because they have specific language they speak. What's the language in your relationship? How have you set up those policies and procedures for you? Human resources. In other words, kids. Every company has a human resource department, whether you're small or big. If you're a small company and you're a one-man show, guess what? You're the human resource department. In our marriage, we have to understand how we're going to deal with our children, how we're going to be the best parenting possible, how we're going to produce an amazing product for the rest of the world. That's for us to decide ahead of time and to be on the same team of how we're going to parent and what we're going to do for them. We need to figure out the strategies that we're going to use together for growing older. You can't have the same policies as you do with a 3-year-old that you would for a teenager. And then also beyond that, what about when they're adults and they have children and you're now the in-laws? What are your human resources that you're going to use in order to make sure that you have the best business possible? Marketing and advertising. How are you going to market yourself to your spouse? How are you going to keep the spark alive? Remember when you were first dating your spouse and everything you did was to make sure that they bought you? You did anything you could to make sure you could buy them. You would skip class. You would lie to friends. You would leave work just so you could go and be with them because you wanted to market and advertise yourself to them to the fullest. How are you still doing that in your relationship? What do you do to brand yourself? Do you realize that every couple has a brand? You know them. You know the Ken and Barbie couple, the perfect good-looking couple, and he's super good-looking and all cut, cut, not like me, but kind of cut, and she's just beautiful. She's got the big old hands. That's what she has, the big old hands, and the blonde hair, and she's just the beautiful woman. And then you have the martyr couple. You have the granola couple. There's a ton of different types that are out there, but that's your brand. The fun couple, the crazy couple, the don't want to be around them couple, or don't answer the phone couple. They're all out there. You have a brand. You and your spouse have a brand. Are you controlling that brand? Are you making sure that brand is put out there in the right way? Are you making sure that you are telling other people how to treat you by expressing what your brand is? Retention or sex. Yeah, I'll let you marinate on that one for just a moment. Companies spend a lot of money to gain a customer. Every company puts out a ton of money, resources, marketing, branding to make sure that they get that one customer. But more importantly, once they do get that customer, they want to be able to keep that customer, have them keep coming back for more and making sure that customer is satisfied every time so they don't go looking for someone else. Hear what I'm saying? In the business of marriage, we have created 3 specific systems when it comes to sex. 3 different categories of sex so that both of you can get exactly what you want every time to make sure both of you are completely satisfied in your relationship. We have created a system because one of the highest rising reasons for divorce in this country is pornography use, the use of pornography. So no matter what you think about pornography, what we've done is we've created a system called the 11 Lies of Pornography, helping people overcome their pornography challenges, understanding what's really going on in the brain, understanding why it's happening, and understanding that it is actually more of a detriment to your relationship than it is an enhancement. Now, if you don't have a problem with pornography in your life, that's okay. Understand that if you're going to have children, this is a necessary evil. Understanding what pornography is. I don't like to know all about it. I don't like to know all the stats. It's kind of depressing. But I have a son, and I want to make sure that I understand what's going on because I know that the earliest age for most boys to see pornography is between 8 and 11. And ladies, don't just think it's all about men. Right now, there are more and more studies coming out that women between 1 and 3 and 1 in 7 women have some sort of a pornography addiction. So it's for you as well.